What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Name of my channel is Jamaican Phoenix underscore Rising. So guys, my name is Divine and I'm from Jamaica. We are presently, I said we because my son and I are here, and we've been in this country almost 2 years, guys. We've got our citizenship in November of 2023. No, of 2024, I'm sorry. Now it's 2025. Time is flying. Time waits on no man. So yes, guys, so my son and I came from Jamaica in October of 2023, and by November of 2024 we got our citizenship for this country. And we didn't plan any of this, guys. We came here to spend like 2 to 3 months in this country. Well, our tickets were booked for 3 months. um Ghana was issuing, well, you could only stay on the when we went online, they said Ghana, you come to Ghana for only, you can only come here for 2 months. But then originally our plan was not to come to Ghana. I was actually bound to Kenya because there are YouTubers in Kenya who inspired me. People like Marwa, I am Marwa from Kenya. He was the one who inspired me to even start doing YouTube. Yeah, and then his sister, Dee Mwongo. So I had planned to come to go to Marwa's birthday, which would have taken place in November. But he had like a 1 month um, period for the party. Like he was celebrating like the entire November for his party. So you had people from all over the world was going to see him. And guys, because I've been watching him for so many years, this guy happened to be somebody who I greatly admire, because to see a lone traveler all the way from the continent of Africa traveling the world, that was something, guys. I thought that was something. Like, he's brave. The guy is full of courage. And because of that, I admired him. And I wonder where he got his courage from. Guys, to leave the continent as a poor black youth, and to actually, start traveling, knowing that it exists. You can't get away from racism, and we can't. It doesn't make sense we try to hide it and say, people just talking. There's nothing called racism. I've been to what's a place called England. I was in the UK years ago, and guys, I remember I went to Oxford one night. Me and my friend went to Oxford. We were actually traveling to Oxford to see a cousin of his, or meet with a cousin of his. We catch the last train from London to Oxford. And guys, I wanted so much to go and see Oxford University, because I wanted to do law. And that university, it was something I always wanted to see. Oxford University. I went and I saw, and we went back again another day to go stay at some cousin of the friend I was with. And I think it was our battery that died or something. I had no phone, and I think the person's phone died. And we were at this train station waiting for hours, and no one turned up. Or I think his battery died. No, he was calling. I think it was a cousin who he was calling. I think it was his cousin. And the person, they know that we were coming. They knew we were coming, but then No one answered the phone after we got there, the last train. So we ended up thinking that we would probably get, somebody said to us, I would meet some stranger on the road and they say we have to find like a bed and breakfast. That was the in thing in Oxford, nearest to the train station. That was the thing. They said you have to guys have to find a Airbnb. First time hearing about Airbnbs. So I'm like, okay, these people serve breakfast. That was my thing. I wanted to try some Yorkshire pudding and all of these things. So yeah, so went to the different Airbnbs, and guys, let me tell you something. When we call the different Airbnbs and they say yes, we have accommodation. You see, when we reach the accommodations, everyone slammed the door in our faces. Guys, I kid you not. Every door we knocked on. Because the first place we went was somebody who told us about the place and said, call this number. We called and said, yes, we have accommodation. When we got there and they saw us, the door was slammed in our faces. We went to another place. Well, I think, yeah. So we went on, when the first door was slammed in our faces, the person was like scared. And a woman, a wise woman, she just slammed the door in our faces. And then we said, all right, we saw other signs, we do Airbnbs. And when we went to the next place, when that person saw us, they slammed the door down. First they said, oh, we are fully booked. So there's another place next door. And we went, everywhere we went that night. We went to about 7 different Airbnbs. And all 7 doors were slammed in our faces. And we were there, don't know what to do now. Because we have the money, but we can't get accommodation for the night. So we decided we decided nothing, because our thing was to go back to the train station. But then we saw this white couple came out of a cab, and we were asking them. So we were actually at it was like a dead end road, and so we were actually at a motel, like on a hotel motel, and the place we were trying we were knocking and stuff, and nobody came out, and so didn't know what to do now. We think let us go back to the train station. Maybe we can spend the night there and catch the first train going back to London that morning. But then, guys, when we saw a couple came out of the cab, a white couple, and we were like asking them who's responsible for the hotel. We don't see the receptionist, and it's like it's closed. They use a car to let themselves in, and they said, come inside. So we said, but there's nobody at the front desk. I said, oh, no, don't mind about the front desk. You just make yourselves comfortable and leave before 6 in the morning. Guys, this was after about 1 o'clock in the AM. We went in and we sat in the lobby area, hoping that we would see a receptionist or somebody. We didn't sleep because we were on edge. Because the next thing you know, they're going to call the old bill, which is the police, and get us arrested. That was my thought. So there was no relaxation period for me. I couldn't relax. I couldn't sleep. So I faced racism when I was in England. Right? So I know that it does exist. So I'm watching this guy, Marwa, leaving from one place to the next. I remember when he did a video when he was in Dominican Republic. And guys, Haiti and Dominica is the same place, but they separated the two places and call one Haiti. The poor side is Haiti, and Haiti is nice because they have lovely beaches there. So they make a division between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And so the browner, the fairer skinned people, they are Dominicans, and the darker skinned people, they say that those are the Asians. This world, I tell you, there's corruption in this world, guys. Corruption. People are people. I don't know what skin color has to do with it, but it is something that is a poison in our society. So guys, I watched Marwa and I saw where Marwa got. There was some racial prejudice where a police guy tried to push him around and stuff. You know. So I fear for this guy's life, and I started watching Marwa. Like I saw him before, but I watched one of the videos first time. I watched one of the videos. I think he was in this country, Chile, one of those places. I didn't even know black people was in those places. And Marwa is a guy who went there and let us know that no man, these people or these places, you have black and you have white. He is the one who, who who showed me and the world who watches him. He open your mind. He makes you see facts. See that these places really exist, and it's a mixture of black and white. Sometimes I hear of some places. I think these places are like, you know, some behind the world. Kind of vibe. But then Marwa, like I said, guys, the long and short of the story, Marwa was having his birthday in November of 2023. 1 month long birthday celebration. So you had people from all over the world going. I had planned to go there before all that. But then a lot of people started coming in because I wanted to have a one-on-one with Marwa and his sister D. D had just left for another country. I don't know if it's Holland or one of those countries she went to. And I said, I'm going to miss D, guys. By the time I got here, D was in Jamaica. I always wanted to meet that girl. By the time, because she now is a travel commander, because Marwa is a male travel commander, and D Mwanga, which is his sister, I see her as the female travel commander. She's brave, just like the brother. This girl just picked up herself and just went, where she wanted to. Guys, it inspired me. So I said to myself, something? I'm going to just pick myself up and just go to Africa, where they are, in Kenya. I've been watching Kenya for a while, and I like what Kenya look like. Kenya is green. When I say Kenya is green and just a lovely place to be in. I wanted to go to Kenya so badly. But then when I went to the travel agency, guys, I told you guys my story already. You watch I think it was my first video. If you watch it, you would have heard. So I went to the travel agency to purchase my ticket. Well, my son and myself, ticket to go to Kenya. But then when I thought about going to Kenya, in the travel agency, I put in the system, I'm going to Kenya. But then she said then something said to me, no, go to Ghana instead. I'm like, go to Ghana? Why would I want to go to Ghana? I don't know nothing about Ghana. And guys, I kid you not, a spirit, literally a voice in my head said to me, go to Ghana. If you're going to go to Kenya, go, but go to Ghana first. So guys, that is how, son. And that is how I happen to be here in this country here. I didn't do any research. I don't know anything about Ghana. When I actually reached here, it was something, the people I met, the first people I meet, those people weren't so nice. The woman charged me, a woman I stayed with the first time, she said she's running an Airbnb. So a friend of mine in Jamaica called a friend of here and said, link with this friend, because you don't know anybody in that country. I said, all right. I got in touch with a friend. He said to meet him at a restaurant. I met him there. And the lady proprietor for the restaurant, she said she has a friend who owns and operates a Airbnb. So that's how we went to that place, Airbnb. The lady who runs it said to me, she'll charge me $71 for the night. I thought $71 was too much, but then the hotel I stayed in, that hotel charged me so we went to the hotel we checked in about after 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And by the time, well, they said to leave out we could leave out like a little bit later because we checked in late. So we could stay a little bit later, and these people charge us $95 for the night, US. So I thought when she said $71, it was something good. And seeing that it was somebody who she knows who sent us here, guys, I can't go over the 15 minutes. So I'm gonna pause it and then you'll have another part to this one. Okay?